Hi, FCAT. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Grace Mavko. I'm a third year communications major and publishing minor here at SFU. I was born and raised in Vancouver, BC, and I'm super grateful to be here today to be presenting a case study I conducted in Professor Peter Anderson's disaster management class. We're going to be looking at the relationship between internet service providers and mitigating and responding to disaster. This investigation takes us to Northern California. On July 27, 2018, two wildfires broke out in the Mendocino, Lake, Colusa, and Glenn County regions of Northern California. Wildfires in California are not uncommon to their landscape. However, with increased winds and extreme drought, largely due to climate change, the conditions in 2018 prompted the deadliest, most destructive wildfire in state history, which I should mention was surpassed by a fire in 2020. The ranch fire and the river fire spread rapidly, engulfing and burning 459,000 acres, 280 structures, and killing 12 civilian and one firefighter. The response to such a catastrophic, time-sensitive crisis requires extensive management, resources, frontline workers, and effective communication systems. Santa Clara Fire Department, although not the first immediate department around the crisis site, was required to respond as an all hazards approach that first responders in California follow. Under the direction of Chief Anthony Bowden, the station was sent with a Cal OES Incident Support Unit, mobile workspace that facilitates and allows for effective communication and management of disaster efforts. You can see an example on the lower right and the lower left there. Here you can see the interior of an incident support unit, which uses internet connection to track, organize, and prioritize relief efforts. Chief Bowden actually states this unit relies on stable internet connection to work effectively. Real-time updates are essential to coordinating the most effective plan. Even slightly dated information is useless or even dangerous. This is integral to the entire operation and further the lives of everyone involved. So what happens when something like this happens? I'm sure we've all been there, an internet lag, unstable connection, but consider this in the context of the Mendocino complex fire, which required the rapid deployment and organization of thousands of personnel, hundreds of fuel engines, aircrafts, and bulldozers. Resources are often allocated from other states or even other countries. This logistical role is so integral to the collective effort. The fire is spreading rapidly, homes are burning, and towns are being destroyed. People are dying. This was the reality for the Santa Clara Fire Department while deployed. Verizon, their internet service provider, began to slow the department's data connection on their OES incident support unit, extremely detrimental to their ability to fight this fire. Chief Bowden says this throttling was catastrophic. So this particular incident exposed an existing weak link when it came to public safety. And a month later, Chief Anthony Bowden and 22 state attorney generals, District of Columbia, Santa Clara County Central Fire Protection District, and the California Public Utilities Commission filed an appeal in the U.S. Court of Appeals for the D.C. Circuit. The petitioners were looking to overturn the repeal of net neutrality rules, stating Verizon throttled their connection to reduce speeds to 1/200th or less than the previous speed. This action is known as throttling, which is where ISPs intentionally reduce connection speeds. Interestingly, a year before, in 2017, the Trump administration's Federal Communications Commission repealed an order that regulated ISPs and broadband throttling, known as net neutrality or internet freedoms. Therefore, a year earlier, this interference might not have occurred. In court documents, we see Exhibit A, an email exchange between Chief Bowden and his fire captain, which account the throttling to their unit. This is on July 29th, 2018, 2 days after the first reports of wildfires. This message is then forwarded to the Verizon representative with pleas to remove throttling as it is required for a public emergency. Verizon customer service responds acknowledging the throttling and suggests a more expensive plan. The department, without much choice, results in paying double for a new plan to restore their connection. Verizon claims that this is a customer service mistake, as they usually remove throttling in emergency situations, but that this event has nothing to do with net neutrality. This lack of consideration to public safety ignores the reality that the internet is an integral resource in crisis management, and further ignores the legal obligations of the FCC to consider any implications to public safety before repealing any orders. This was the conclusion of the court case, with the judge urging the FCC to reconsider public safety and net neutrality. Public safety will be put at risk when these resources are gatekept by private profit-driven entities. This case pushed me to reconsider the role of the internet as a foundational system of crisis relief, rather than additional, useful, but not required. Thank you so much for listening. I'm so grateful for this experience. Thank you again to Professor Anderson and Amy Harris, my TA. I love that course. And Nancy Ravi, thanks.